Happy St. Patrick's Day. Today we're covering tomorrow's Gospel, John 3:14-21, with that famous passage from 3:16. But central to this, perhaps, is not so much the question of salvation, but the idea of this metaphor, this light and dark metaphor. And I think that mixed with Nicodemus being a Pharisee are the two things we need to focus on. So we start, of course, with the light and dark. Nicodemus comes to Jesus in the dark, talks to Jesus about this stuff, and Jesus tries to teach him, but he remains in the dark. So he comes in physical and metaphorical darkness and remains there. Right? Nicodemus is also a Pharisee, so his focus is not on God or on matters of faith, but on legal matters. He's a legalist. So he's stuck in this worldview, a worldview that Jesus condemns throughout the Gospels. So when we talk about this pericope, John 3:14-21, our focus must be on these two elements: this idea of darkness and Jesus as representing light, right, in the midst of darkness, and that second piece, which is that Pharisees and the legalism, right? Because by focusing on salvation, on who's in and who's out, you no longer can focus on being in. Right? To focus on being in means to ignore what's going on in the out. Right? Jesus, it says in 3:17, indeed, God did not send the Son into the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through him. The idea here being, as I see it, is it's not so much about getting in as salvation, right, specifically as yourself, but about where your mind is, right, where your focus is. He describes at the end that to see the light, you have to ignore the darkness, right? You have to turn away from the darkness and turn toward the light and follow the light. Right? And so you can't do that if you're focused on the darkness. You're focused on condemning others, focused on your own condemnation, all that stuff, focusing on Jesus condemning other people. When you're focused on that, you're not focused on the light. Right? And this is geared entirely toward focusing on the light. I hope that you can work with that a little bit and figure out how best for you to focus on the light, how best to eliminate that sort of legalism and that stuff that might pervade your thinking or on anyone's thinking, and that we can break through some of those barriers to focus specifically on the light. Right? That's not, in my mind, that goes beyond Jesus. Jesus is the way, is our means of understanding the light, but that's God, that's creation, that's love, it's all of these things. Focus on the light and love. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope this has helped in some way. And I encourage you, as always, to check out drew.net. Have a great and blessed day. Peace.